So where the heck is Turner, Oregon?
Well, it's God's country.
Well, we know it's God's country, but they don't know it's God's country.
Well, they don't know just yet.
But that's why you're here, to learn what it's like to live in Turner, Oregon.
Stick around to find out.
Hey, if this is your first time visiting our channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and also hit that bell so you get notified every time we post a new video.
Yeah, we get calls and emails all the time from people just like you wanting to know what it's like to live in certain towns in Oregon.
And this video is on Turner, Oregon. Let's go.
All right, James, let's tell them what you love about living in the Turner area.
Okay, easy. I'm a Salemite transfer, right? And so I've been out in the Turner area for about 18 years now. I think what I love the most about it is that, you know, coming from a town that's around 175,000, a city, I guess, Salem, and moving to the Turner area of about 2,400 people, I still have access to all the big city amenities, the shopping, the real close to I-5. It's just a short distance to still have the ability to have all those things. But I get the small town feel, the charm, that tight, you know, community feel. Living out here in the Turner area, it's awesome. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah. I've lived there, as you know. I've lived there my whole life. It's been amazing. It's a great place to raise children. It's a great place to have a little bit of property if you want.
Absolutely.
The property taxes are less. The lots are a lot bigger. It's a place that you feel safe. You can leave your doors and your cars unlocked at night.
Yeah, it's great. Well, and on the note of the children, like that's really was that turning point for my wife and I when we had kids. We had that discussion, like, where do we want to raise our kids, right? And out in that Turner area, that was the answer, right? So that was the draw from us to move from Salem to Turner in the first place.
Yeah, I feel it's one of the top 3 or 4 school districts in all of Oregon.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to dive into the school districts a little bit more because there's quite a few like pros that we're going to be able to tell people about the school systems, about the benefits of coming and living out in this Turner area, right?
Absolutely.
So.
The most important thing that people want to know about when moving to a new area, or at least investigating a new area, are the schools.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, as I said earlier, that's one of the things that really drew us out to that Turner area, right? So in the Turner area, you have Turner Elementary School, and depending on where you live in the area, there's also Cloverdale Elementary, and then there's a town that's adjacent to Turner, which is called Almsville, and there's Almsville Elementary. And those 3 schools all combine into one middle school, which is the Cascade Middle School. And then the cool thing about the Cascade Middle School is that it shares the same campus with the high school. So the middle school and the high school, they're both right there, right next to each other, sharing, you know, football fields, sharing track, you know, all those different things, you know. And real quick, my kids, when they were growing up and going through, they thought it was awesome to be right there in the middle school and getting to see all those high school programs and everything going on, and you know, looking up to those high school kids and getting ready to participate in those programs. That was pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. If you have a junior or senior in high school child that drives, they can drive your junior high kids to school, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're on the same campus. It makes things a lot easier.
Yeah, that is a big benefit. So also one of the things, well, I guess a couple of things that are pretty awesome about the Cascade. How many kids are in the Cascade High School?
There's about 750.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So it really is one of those schools where you feel like you know everybody in your class. You're not going to be graduating high school and having kids walking across the stage and like, I've never seen that kid in my life.
Who's that?
Right.
Who's that?
Absolutely, right? So you really do, there really is a really tight-knit community in the high school with those smaller classes, right? And then within, you know, the high school, Cascade is really well known for having just outstanding sports programs, but not just sports programs. They have the band programs. Because we're a smaller town, we have a lot of ag, right? A lot of you know, shop classes, metal classes. There's just so many opportunities.
Robotics classes. Lots of things that are going on at the school district. And I think the most important thing that people want to know about the school is how involved are the teachers and the school board and the administrators. I can speak from experience that it has the best administrators in the state. Fantastic administrators. These teachers, school board members, administrators, superintendent, they really love the children.
Absolutely.
And you can tell that they're in it for the right reasons, to be around the children.
Yep, absolutely. And then another thing that's unique about Cascade is that kids get to participate in all sorts of different types of activities. It doesn't matter if your kid's an athlete. It doesn't matter if your kid is in drama. They can participate in all these different activities. It's not a large school where you've got to really choose. Am I an athlete? Am I a band kid? Am I turning wrenches in the shop? Am I just in those lanes? You can really broaden your experiences out at Cascade.
Well, and really, it's the most important thing too is if you're an athlete, let's say, you don't need to just choose being a baseball player or being a basketball player or a football player or tennis, whatever that is. You can do multiple sports at Cascade because it's a smaller school and there's much more opportunity there.
Yeah, yep, absolutely agree with that. So Travis, if someone's wanting to move to Turner, Oregon, what would be their options as far as like the types of properties that they can move into?
Yeah, there's lots of different options. What people are really looking for when they're moving to Turner is a lot of them are looking for that 1.5 acres, 2 acres, 5 acre parcels, and there's tons of those.
Right.
The outskirts of towns, it stretches far and wide. It's a large landmass, but there's lots of different properties available in that 2 acres to 5 acres to 10 acres to 20 acres.
Right.
So there's lots of opportunities there. They can also move in town, right? So there's different options in town. Where you can be in the regular city lot. Those are pretty decent sized city lots with parks nearby and walking paths and things of that nature. But yeah, there's lots of different opportunities there.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that Turner has just done is they just developed a new community around a lake there, right?
Yep.
Which is a pretty awesome place.
Yep.
And why don't you talk a little bit about that new development that they put in around the lake?
Yeah, it's probably been in for around 8 to 10 years, probably. They're still building a couple of homes here and there, but it's beautiful. So they took this old sand and gravel pit and turned it into a lake, and it's incredible. So there's lots of summer activities, winter activities that happen there. There's paths around the lake, of course. You can paddleboard on the lake. You can have any non-motorized boat on the lake.
Right.
A lot of kids go swimming there.
Yep. Well, and here's one of the things that's cool about it is if you live in the community, in the neighborhood, right, there's designated areas for you as a resident that it's only accessible by you, right? It has a nice basketball court, picnic area, docks, right? A lot of houses like right on the lake have their own personal docks that come into the lake, right? But then they also have the community side, right? So that people who don't live on the lake but want to participate in what the lake has to offer, they can come into the community side. They have a nice parking area there. Yeah. It's I think it's maybe $5 to park there for the day or something like that. Come in and use the area. So really, it doesn't matter if you live on the lake or if you live in one of the other neighborhoods. Like the lake is something that's accessible to you. But that is something that the residents of that community really enjoy, is having their own private area to use as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's also another new development that's just up the hill from that, probably about a quarter mile, that's up on top of the hill with some incredible views, but a lot of really high-end homes in that area. A lot of them are built by Comfort Homes, who do a phenomenal job as well.
Absolutely, yep.
Okay, so Salem's only around 10 minutes away.
Yep.
But what if you don't want to leave Turner to get some food?
Yeah, great question. Well, one of the cool things about Turner is that it does have its own kind of local foodies. Yeah. Right? And so probably maybe the last 5 years or so, we've really kind of started to see a lot of growth in that regard. So we have 3 places off the top of my head that kind of come to mind as far as where I would want to go to eat if I was going to go out to eat in Turner, which I do all the time, right? Yeah. So we've got Angel Share, Brew House, Tap House.
Yep. Yeah. Angel Share, Tap House,
Yep. Fantastic place. It's a really cool place that they took this old church that had kind of been abandoned and they brought it back to life. Got some beautiful like stained glass windows that they've retained.
The woodwork is amazing.
Yeah, it's actually just a really kind of cool place just to kind of go sit down, and just has a pretty cool vibe to it.
Yeah, they have some games you can play, so you can play games while you're having a drink or eating some food, and the food's great, drinks are good. It's just a great atmosphere.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Aside from that, we have the Turnaround Cafe.
Yeah,
right.
That's open breakfast and lunch mainly, and it's open for some dinners. And they have a great cougar burrito that's fantastic.
It is a fantastic burrito, but you really can't go wrong with their awesome biscuits and gravy.
Had that.
Right.
French toast?
French toast.
I've had French toast. Yeah.
Can't go wrong there. So even though they are open for other meals,
yeah.
I'm a breakfast guy there.
Yeah, you go get breakfast.
Yeah.
Great service, great customer service is incredible.
Yeah.
The other place is the Turner Tap House.
Yeah. Well, and so for me, mostly known for their pizza.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So yeah, we go there a lot. They also have a lot of like evening activities,
Yeah.
you know, some bingo nights and that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
super cool vibe. You know, they got decorated with you know, the old cars on the outside and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
So 3 pretty awesome places to go get some food just there locally.
Well, in addition to that, there's also 2 trucks.
Yeah.
There's a
Yep.
thing called the Little Gypsy that has phenomenal fries and some other stuff.
Right.
And there's another one, another truck right in front of the Storm Coffee.
Storm Coffee,
Yep.
yep, local coffee shop, absolutely great place to get, you know, coffee, any drink. They've got a great place to sit down if you want to kind of sit down, hop
Yep.
on your Wi-Fi, you know, work out of their little spot there for a little bit.
Well, and not only do they have great drinks, they have incredible breakfast sandwiches. So they do a great job. We're big fans of Storm Coffee.
Yep, absolutely. So you do not need to make the drive into Salem to get food in Turner, especially if you want to avoid the you know, kind of the chain restaurant type stuff. Great food options in Turner.
Try them out. Okay, so what are the outdoor activities that people who live in Turner can do?
Well, obviously a lot of people who live in Oregon love outdoor activities, right?
That's why we're here.
Absolutely, and there's no shortage of it really, right? So let's start locally, and then we'll kind of stretch it out a little bit, right? So right in Turner, right, you have the lake that we've already kind of talked about a little bit, right? So,
Kayaking.
Yep.
Boarding.
Yep.
Paddle boarding.
Fishing.
Fishing.
Yep.
You know,
Pretty much in any
swimming.
non-motorized, you know, boat, you know, you can go out. And they also have a place that rents out those things for you if you don't own your own. So, you know, if you want to go out there and give, you know, stand-up paddleboarding a try, you want to go out there and kayak, right? Those things can be rented out there as well, right?
Yep.
Also, because of the amount of like, you know, farmland and everything that surrounds Turner, it's really popular by road cyclists. A lot of people love to come and ride their bikes out on the country roads, and then they'll come into town and stop at one of those 3 great restaurants that we talked about, right, and get something to eat while they're out cycling. So that's pretty cool.
The roads are fantastic for that, and you don't have crazy drivers out there who are pushing them off the road. It's a great cycling area.
Yep, absolutely.
So a little bit expanded past Turner. You're going to have your minutes to Silver Falls State Park,
which is just phenomenal for hiking. You absolutely love it.
Yeah. There's 10 great waterfalls that you can walk behind 2 or 3 of them.
Yep.
Incredible facilities. Then there's also Detroit Lake.
Great camping, great fishing, and then that's a great place to go if you do own a boat and you want to go out and do water skiing, all that kind of stuff, right? So Detroit Lake. Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Well, and of course, when we go tubing, what do we want to do?
Just pull the kids.
Yeah, toss them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you're going to have, you have this Santiam River, you have the Willamette River, and then you have all the parks that are close by in Salem as well.
Yep.
Minto Brown Park, Bush Park, all those are close by.
Yep, absolutely.
So you benefit from living in that small community of Turner of 2,500 population, but you're just minutes away from so many great amenities.
Yep, absolutely. And if you do enjoy going to the coast, and if you do enjoy going to the mountain, either direction, you're about hour and a half to Hoodoo, where you can go do some skiing or some snowboarding, right? Or mountain biking and all those different kind of activities in the summertime, right? Or you're an hour and some change to the Oregon coast, right? So you're really in a really great spot here in the Willamette Valley, where you can just participate in just about any activity that you want to do, whether it's into the mountains or off to the Coast Range. It's awesome.
As we said, it's God's country.
It is God's country. Okay, so when we do these videos for you, we like to talk about the pros and the cons of what it's like living in different towns here in Oregon.
And we know that Turner has just a boatload of pros. We talk about them all the time, which is...
That's why we live there.
That's why we live there, right? But what do you think the con would be for someone who's maybe not going to move to Turner?
Sure. I would say the one con that I would bring up would be if you are a big city person, then Turner's probably not for you. If you like living in a condo, townhome, walking distance to your groceries, nightlife, parks. If that's what you're looking for, Turner, Oregon's not going to be for you.
It's probably going to be more downtown Salem and then Portland and the metro area.
Yep,
really.
Yep, absolutely.
But that's why we love Turner, right? For us, because we are so close to so many things like a Costco, Target, Walmart. Those are just 6-7 minutes away.
Yeah, those are right there in Salem, right?
Yeah.
Neighboring town of Staten, it has the Safeway, the pharmacies, the sports stores. Pretty much everything that you want is within a 10-minute driving distance either direction.
Yeah,
right?
either direction.
Yeah.
And again, 0 stoplights in town.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. So if you're looking for a 0 stoplight town, Turner, Oregon is for you.
And that's why we call it
God's country. Would you live here?